So I've never used a gaming laptop before, and this behemoth is my first one. What a way to start, huh? It barely fits into frame. That is insane. So this is the ASUS ROG Strix Scar 18. It features an absolutely massive 18-inch 240Hz IPS display. Of course, it has RTX 4090, the Core i9-14900HX, 32 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM, and a 2 terabyte SSD. In other words, this thing is a total beast. In fact, this might be the world's most powerful gaming laptop currently out right now. If I'm wrong, definitely correct me in the comments below, but I'm pretty sure it is. It's funny because I just upgraded my M1 Pro MacBook Pro with a 14-inch one to the M4 Pro MacBook Pro 16-inch, and I was like, oh my god, 16 inches, it's so big. But then like 2 days later, I got the Scar 18 in and I unboxed it and I was like, it's like looking at a TV. It is massive. This laptop kind of does everything right. First of all, the design. The laptop is incredibly sturdy and it features a bunch of RGB lighting from the front, the top, the back of the laptop, as well as the back of the display. Everyone knows the more RGB lights you have on your computer, the better your FPS is going to be. And oh boy, this computer does not disappoint. Of course, I'll show you guys examples later on in this video. I also do love the speakers on this laptop, which I can't say for many other Windows PCs out there, at least compared to, something like the MacBook Pro, but I am very impressed with the speakers on this computer. They're actually basically on par with the 16-inch MacBook Pro. In fact, here, have a listen for yourselves. So as I was editing this video, I forgot to mention something quite important. What I was talking about was the actual sound quality, not the volume. The MacBook does get much louder, like 100%. And but the Scar 18, in terms of like the quality of, like, for example, the instruments, the bass, so on and so forth, it's pretty much identical to the 16-inch MacBook Pro. Now that's not bad if I do say so myself, and that's of course thanks to the two front-firing speakers that are on this laptop. They're pretty much pointed like right at your face, so if you're watching movies, you're scrolling the web, watching some content, it's going to sound pretty damn good. Gaming on the laptop is incredible because it's a gaming laptop. I'm used to 120 FPS since I play on my Xbox Series X and with games like Call of Duty, but I was super impressed when I had Black Ops 6 fully maxed out at native resolution with DSS set to performance, because even then I was getting over 220 FPS, which is just absolutely bonkers. Like, this is my first time actually seeing like basically gaming on a very high refresh rate. Like 120 is good. I think that's like, that should be the standard by now, but unfortunately it's not for like 90% of games out there. But gaming at over 200 FPS on a panel that supports 240, it's I'm actually at a loss for words. So then I put on Microsoft Flight Simulator because I thought to myself, okay, if any game is going to destroy FPS, it has to be Microsoft Flight Simulator. I was right, but it's still stupid impressive. I was getting between 80 FPS to just over 120 FPS. Again, that's fully maxed out. That's just bonkers. So what about Forza Motorsport? Again, everything is maxed out and I'm getting between 75 to 80 and I had no issues playing that at all. As someone that has never used a gaming laptop before, I never knew there was a laptop that can play this game fully maxed out at native resolution and for it to actually be playable. Damn good job, ASUS. The last game I tested was Shadow of the Tomb Raider and I was getting well over 200 FPS, again, fully maxed out. This laptop is just a monster. It goes without saying that you can throw anything at this laptop and it'll be completely playable at maxed resolution. So what about the fan noise? Well, it's pretty much what you'd expect out of a beefy gaming laptop. Have a listen. Now, it doesn't personally bother me because I play with headphones on and they have noise cancellation. So when I'm playing, I literally do not hear the fans one bit, but my wife does.
and she doesn't like it very much. She comes into the room and says, "Why is there a jet engine?" And I have to explain to her, "Honey, I'm trying to win in Black Ops 6. I'll talk to you in a bit." Hey, Alina, if you're watching this, please don't kill me. Okay, please don't. Now, this laptop does not have a shortage of vents, let me tell you that. In fact, I'm really surprised how well they managed to keep the 4090 cool, because there are vents everywhere. There's vents on both sides of the laptop that blow quite hard, and the entire rear of the laptop is basically just one large vent. And of course, when it comes to ports, there's no shortage as well. On the left side, you get the power, the Ethernet, HDMI 2.1, USB-C, Thunderbolt, as well as a headphone jack. And on the right side, you get two USB-A 3.2 Gen 2 ports. That was a whole lot of numbers and letters. Now, having a 240 Hz panel it's butter. I mean, I'm used to the MacBook Pro with the ProMotion display, you know, 120 Hz, everything is smooth, everything's great. I'm even used to the 144 Hz gaming monitor that I have, but I noticed, you know, from 120 to 144, you're not really noticing like that big of a difference, but 200 plus, yeah. You definitely notice that. I mean, I literally play better on Call of Duty from having more FPS. That's a fact. And RGB lighting, you can't forget that. So what about the price of this laptop? Did you guys notice that I kept it till just barely the end of the video? Well, it'll hit you. It'll hit you in your pocket. $3,599 right now on Amazon, and hey, look at that. You can even get another $99 off. Sorry, I mean $99.01. Thank God, because if that 1 cent wasn't there, I would say, yeah, it's not worth it. The keyboard on this laptop is great. Not only is it fantastic to type on, but the keys and palm rests are cooled, so your fingers won't be sweating like with the many hours you put into gaming. And I think that's pretty darn genius. Like, no matter what, the palm rests are cool. Like, they don't get warm at all, and neither do the keys that your fingers are going to be touching like 99% of the time. Again, very, very thoughtful. So do I love this laptop? Absolutely. Like, I don't know what more you could possibly ask for in this laptop. You can max out any game, like, period, and you'll get a playable FPS and actually enjoy the laptop. Yes, it's expensive, of course, but you're paying for like the mobility of this laptop. And you know, to be fair, like, even though, hang on, let me try to pick this thing up again. Even though this laptop is heavy, I don't even know how much it weighs. I'll put the weight like right here somewhere. This is how much it weighs. Yes, it is massive, but you can still take this thing around with you no matter where you go. You can just slip it into your backpack, slip it into a bag. Then whenever you show up to like your hotel room or something, you have a thing that can max out any game out there and get playable FPS. That is bonkers to me. So if you guys want me to test out any other game, let me know down in the comments below. And if you have any questions on this laptop, definitely, again, feel free to let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed today's video, definitely click that like button. And if you're new here, you like tech videos, definitely subscribe. And as always, this was Mark from Mark's Tech. Adios.